Why do most seniors experience a short lifespan after 80 and 10 wisdom to live beyond 100? Have you ever looked into the mirror and wondered, how much time do I really have left? It's a question that echoes louder after 80, the age when many begin to feel invisible, dismissed, or like life has somehow slipped through their fingers. Friends are fewer. Energy fades. The world moves faster while we move slower. And yet, not everyone fades. Some shine brighter than ever. Think of the 90-year-old who still paints at sunrise, the 100-year-old who dances with his great-grandchildren, or the 95-year-old earning her college degree. What sets them apart isn't luck, and it isn't just good genes. It's wisdom, hard-earned, intentional, and surprisingly simple. In this journey, we're going to uncover why so many lives dim after 80, and more importantly, the 10 timeless truths that can help you live not just longer, but with joy, clarity, and purpose. If you're still here reading these words, it means something in you hasn't given up. That spark matters. Stay with me to the end, because this might just be the moment that changes everything. So why is it that so many people begin to slip away after 80? Why do the years that should be filled with reflection, joy, and legacy instead become marked by decline, isolation, and quiet fading? The truth is, it's not fate. It's not inevitable. But to change the story, we must first understand the forces quietly working against us. Let's start with the body. Movement, something we take for granted in youth, becomes the first thing we begin to lose. After 80, even a short walk can feel like climbing a hill. Muscles shrink, bones become brittle, joints ache. But the danger isn't just discomfort. The real threat is what happens when we stop moving altogether. A sedentary life acts like slow poison, accelerating heart disease, weakening the lungs, and robbing the body of its resilience. It's not that people over 80 can't move. It's that so many begin to believe they shouldn't, or they're too afraid to try. And once movement stops, everything else begins to shut down. But it's not just physical decline that creeps in. It's the silence, the loneliness. After 80, many people begin losing more than just mobility. They lose their partners, their best friends, their siblings. The circle that once surrounded them begins to shrink, and suddenly a quiet house becomes a heavy burden. Studies show that chronic loneliness is as harmful as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. It's not just a sad feeling, it's a biological threat. Loneliness increases the risk of heart disease, dementia, depression, and even early death. And the cruel irony is that the people who need connection the most are often the least likely to reach out for it. Then there's food, something we've all loved and leaned on for comfort throughout our lives. But after 80, taste buds dull, appetites wane, grocery trips feel exhausting, cooking for one feels pointless. Slowly, nutrition takes a back seat, and what replaces it? Often processed, easy-to-make meals loaded with salt, sugar, and preservatives. It becomes a quiet betrayal of the body. What once nourished now begins to harm. Without intentional eating, the elderly face malnutrition, weight loss, and weakened immunity. And yet, so few talk about this silent crisis happening at kitchen tables across the country. Even deeper, there's a shift that happens quietly in the mind. It's not cognitive decline I'm talking about, it's resignation, a quiet voice that says, "I've done enough. I'm too old for that." What's the point? It's the moment someone stops dreaming, stops planning, stops imagining. That voice can be subtle, but dangerous. Because when we lose our sense of forward motion, the world begins to feel like it's moving without us. This emotional stagnation becomes the breeding ground for despair. The fire inside starts to flicker, and sometimes it never comes back. But perhaps the most devastating loss of all is the loss of purpose. A reason to get up in the morning, a reason to get dressed, to go out, to make that phone call. When careers are over, children are grown, and society stops asking for your voice, many begin to feel invisible, and invisibility over time becomes internalized. What's the point of living to 100 if every day feels like waiting? Without purpose, the hours blur together. We see it in our nursing homes, in quiet neighborhoods, in the people who sit by the window watching the world pass by. They're still alive, but not truly living. These 5 forces, physical inactivity, loneliness, poor nutrition, emotional surrender, and loss of purpose, are the quiet killers after 80. They don't come in a flash. They arrive slowly, subtly, wearing the mask of normal aging. But they're not normal, and they're not inevitable. We must name them, confront them, and challenge the idea that aging must mean decline. Because here's the truth, many people do fall after 80, but many others rise. The difference isn't found in chance, it's found in choice. And that's where we go next. If you're still reading this, then deep down you already believe it's not too late. You believe there's more life ahead. And you're right. So now, let's move forward, not just to live longer, but to live better. If the years after 80 feel like a slow fade, then curiosity is the spark that keeps the lights on. Lifelong learning isn't just for the young, it's a lifeline for anyone who wants to stay mentally sharp, emotionally alive, and connected to the world around them. When we stop asking questions, stop discovering, stop exploring new ideas, we don't just grow old, we grow stagnant. But when we keep learning, we keep living. Think of Benjamin Franklin, who was still experimenting with electricity well into his 70s, or Nola Ox, who earned her bachelor's degree at 95, studying alongside students young enough to be her great-grandchildren. What they shared wasn't just intelligence, it was hunger. A hunger to know, to grow, to stay engaged with life, no matter their age. Science backs this up. Activities like reading, solving puzzles, or learning new skills can slow cognitive decline and boost emotional well-being. But it's not about school books or exams, it's about curiosity, that quiet thrill of discovering something new. And the beauty is, it's never too late. Whether you're picking up a new hobby, watching a documentary, or simply asking a better question, every act of learning is an act of staying vibrantly, defiantly alive. Curiosity keeps the mind young, but movement keeps the body alive. After 80, staying active isn't just a nice idea. It's essential for survival. When we stop moving, the body begins to shut down. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and even the heart grows sluggish. But here's the beautiful truth. You don't need to run marathons or lift weights to stay strong. You just need to move with joy, with intention, and every single day. Look at Jeanne Calment, the French woman who lived to 122. Her secret? She rode her bike well into her hundreds. It wasn't exercise to her. It was freedom, routine, and delight. Or the shepherds in Sardinia who walk miles every day across rocky hills, not because it's a workout, but because it's part of how they live. Their secret isn't found in a gym. It's found in consistency. Movement doesn't have to be intense. It has to be meaningful. A walk in the park, dancing to music you love, tending a garden, stretching with the morning sun. These small rituals of motion whisper to the body, we're still alive, we're not done yet. And over time, those whispers become strength, balance, and years added to your life. Movement keeps the body strong, but connection is what keeps the heart beating. After 80, what many people need most isn't more pills or procedures, it's people. Yet, too often, as the years go by, our social circles shrink. Friends pass, families get busy, and silence slowly settles in. But isolation isn't just lonely, it's dangerous. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking or obesity. The body suffers when the heart feels alone. But the opposite is also true. Strong social bonds act like a lifeline, lifting us out of despair, boosting our immune systems, and even increasing our chances of survival. In Okinawa, Japan, elders form lifelong friendship circles called moai, groups that meet regularly, check in on one another, and create a deep sense of belonging. It's not just tradition, it's medicine. The lesson is clear. We don't thrive in isolation. We're wired for connection. Call an old friend, join a local group, volunteer, reach out, even when it feels hard. Because every relationship you nurture is like planting a seed of joy and resilience. The garden of your life doesn't stop blooming. It just needs tending. Just as relationships nourish the soul, food is what fuels the body's ability to thrive. And after 80, what you eat becomes more important than ever. The body doesn't process nutrients the way it used to. Bones need more strength. The brain needs more protection. Every meal becomes either a source of healing or a quiet harm. Processed foods, high in sugar and sodium, may be convenient, but they slowly chip away at vitality. They trigger inflammation, spike blood pressure, and rob the body of the energy it desperately needs. But a nutrient-rich whole foods diet can reverse that tide. Think vibrant vegetables, leafy greens, berries, nuts, olive oil, and fresh fish, simple natural ingredients that have sustained generations. Look to the Mediterranean or Okinawan diets, where people regularly live into their 90s and hundreds, not just surviving, but dancing, laughing, and gardening well into old age. They don't count calories. They eat with purpose and joy. So eat like your future depends on it, because it truly does. Cook with love. Eat slowly. Savor each bite. Every plate is a chance to renew your body, sharpen your mind, and fuel the life you still have ahead of you. You can eat well, move daily, stay connected, and keep your mind sharp. But without purpose, even the healthiest body can feel empty. Purpose is what gets you out of bed in the morning. It's the quiet fire that says, I still matter. I still have something to give. In Japan, they call it ikigai, your reason for being. It doesn't have to be grand. It might be tending your garden, mentoring a younger person, or being the steady presence your family can count on. Whatever it is, ikigai gives direction to your days and meaning to your years. Take the story of Fauja Singh, who began running marathons in his 80s after losing his wife and son. His grief was profound, but his purpose became his anchor. He didn't just run for himself. He ran to inspire others, to prove that life doesn't end at loss. Purpose is the secret to lasting vitality. People with a clear reason to live love longer, feel better, and bounce back faster from setbacks. So ask yourself, what still brings you joy? What would you regret not doing? That answer, whatever it is, might just be your path forward. Because when life has meaning, every day becomes a gift worth waking up for. Once you've found your purpose, the key to sustaining it lies in rhythm. Routine isn't boring, it's life-giving. As we age, our bodies and minds crave consistency. A steady routine tells the brain, you're safe, you're grounded, you know what to expect. That sense of stability can ease anxiety, improve sleep, and even boost cognitive clarity. Many of the world's longest living people follow predictable daily patterns. They wake up at the same time, they eat at the same time, they walk the same path, greet the same neighbors, and tend to the same tasks. This isn't monotony, it's ritual. It's how they anchor themselves in a world that constantly changes. Even something as simple as morning tea, a short walk after lunch, or reading before bed can become a sacred part of your day. And when life feels uncertain, as it so often does after 80, Those little routines are what help keep your spirit steady, your body balanced, and your days full of quiet purpose. A steady routine gives us structure, but peace of mind comes from something deeper, the ability to forgive and let go. After a lifetime of love, loss, mistakes, and memories, it's easy to carry heavy emotional weight. Resentment, regret, and unresolved pain can quietly burden the heart and body. They age us from the inside out. But forgiveness isn't about excusing what hurt you. It's about choosing freedom over bitterness. It's about saying, this pain doesn't get to live in me anymore. When you forgive others, or even yourself, you create space for healing. You lower stress, reduce inflammation, and protect your heart, literally and emotionally. Many elders who live long, peaceful lives share this common trait. They don't dwell in the past. They honor it, learn from it, then move forward with grace. You deserve that same freedom. Life is too short and too precious to be lived under the shadow of what cannot be changed. Let it go and let yourself breathe again. Once you've lightened your heart through forgiveness, it's time to refill it with something pure, nature. The natural world has a quiet way of reminding us that life continues, that beauty exists even in stillness, and that we too are part of something greater. Spending time outdoors isn't just calming, it's healing. Studies show that being in nature lowers blood pressure, reduces stress hormones, and boosts mood. A walk through the trees, the feel of sunlight on your skin, or the sound of birds in the early morning can gently reset the nervous system in ways no pill ever could. In many long-lived cultures, elders tend their gardens, walk barefoot through the soil, or sit outside with the sunrise. It's not just a habit, it's a return to rhythm, to simplicity, to life. So open a window, plant something, take a deep breath outside. The earth has been waiting to hold you gently, reminding you that you're still alive, still growing, still beautifully connected. As nature restores your spirit, giving to others renews your sense of purpose. One of the most powerful truths about aging well is this: the more you give, the more alive you feel. Service, no matter how small, connects us to something larger than ourselves. It reminds us that we still matter, that we still have something to offer. Whether it's writing letters to loved ones, mentoring someone younger, volunteering at a local charity, or simply listening to a friend who needs comfort, your presence can be a gift. Acts of kindness release dopamine and endorphins, lifting mood and strengthening emotional resilience. Science now confirms what the heart has always known. Giving helps us live longer and feel happier. And when you help others, something beautiful happens. You stop focusing on what you've lost and start noticing what you still have. Your wisdom, your time, your voice, these are treasures. Share them freely. In lifting others, you lift yourself. Giving to others fills the heart, but learning to fully enjoy the present moment fills the soul. At this stage in life, time becomes more precious than ever. The past is rich with memories. The future holds no guarantees, but the present. It's all we truly have. And yet, how often do we rush through it, distracted or longing for something else? The people who live long and live well are often the ones who know how to slow down and savor. They find joy in a warm cup of tea, the sound of rain, the laughter of a child. They don't chase happiness. They notice it. Again and again, they choose to be where they are, with gratitude. Take Grandma Moses, who began painting in her 70s and was still creating art in her 90s. She didn't focus on what she had missed. She embraced what was still in front of her. That's the magic. Not in rewinding the past or fast-forwarding the future, but in pressing play on now. So breathe it in, this moment, this breath, this day. It is enough And in choosing to be fully present, you'll find something that no age can take away: peace, joy, and the quiet wonder of being alive. You've made it to the end, and that says something powerful. It means a part of you believes there's still more to live for, more to give, more to become. And you're right, age is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new, richer chapter, a chapter where you finally get to live life on your terms, guided by wisdom, not deadlines. Let's look back, just for a moment. We've uncovered the silent reasons so many people begin to decline after 80, the loss of movement, connection, purpose, nourishment, and curiosity. But we didn't stop there. You've also learned the 10 timeless truths that can flip the script, small, powerful shifts that add not just years to your life, but life to your years. Stay curious. Move your body with joy. Feed your spirit through relationships. Nourish your health with food that loves you back. Wake up with purpose. Build a rhythm that grounds you. Forgive freely. Touch the earth. Lift someone else. And above all, slow down long enough to feel the miracle of right now. The people who thrive after 80 aren't superhuman. They're simply willing to keep showing up, to keep loving, learning, and laughing in spite of the years behind them. That can be you. That is you. So, what truth spoke to you the loudest today? What will you carry forward? Drop a comment below with one lesson you're going to put into action starting today. Your story might be the one that inspires someone else to change their life. And if this video touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share it with someone you love, and subscribe for more life-changing insight. Every click, every comment helps us reach more hearts, because growing old doesn't have to mean growing quiet. It can mean growing stronger, wiser, and more beautifully alive than ever before. Stay vibrant, stay curious, and remember, you're not done yet. The best chapters might still be ahead.